Vision Forward's In Focus team presents.
Hi, this is Luke Scriven here at Vision Forward. Welcome back to another In Focus tech demo. In today's tech demo, we're taking a look at the Smartlux Digital from Eschenbach. This is a smaller electronic magnifier with around a 5-inch screen, and it has a little neat trick that you can use for writing underneath it. Let's take a look at what it can do. So here we have the Smartlux Digital. It's a nice little machine. As I said, the screen is on the smaller side for modern handhelds, but it certainly looks nice. And it's very simple to control. We have just 3 buttons which we can use for controlling it. So there is one button which adjusts the colors. And there's a number of different colors we can choose from, of course, including black backgrounds and white backgrounds and various combinations thereof. We also have a magnification button in the middle, and this one will allow us to zoom up. Now this doesn't do continuous zoom, so it actually goes up in steps, and so our smallest size is 5 times, then we go to 7 times, then we go to 9 times, and finally we end up on 12 times. And so those are our different magnification options. If I press the button once more, it will cycle back through to 5 times again. And so not quite as flexible as some other electronic magnifiers in that regard, but it does cover a lot of the bases. Now the minimum magnification is 5 times, and so do bear that in mind because that might be too large depending on your level of vision, and at 5 times you don't necessarily fit a huge amount of text on the screen. Something worth bearing in mind. We also have a photograph feature, so we can freeze the image on the screen, at which point then we could lift it up and move it away from the text, and the image will stay on the screen there. Press the button a second time to unfreeze, and there is one more button. It's a circular button, and that one turns the device on and off. Now those different controls are very tactile. You can feel kind of the different shapes on them. They're very easy to locate, very easy to press. So I do think that somebody who has trouble with smaller buttons or confusing controls would get on well with this. It's very easy to control. It does sit flat on the paper, that is to say it doesn't tilt toward you, and so ergonomically it might not be as good as some other options. You do kind of have to get over the top of it more in order to see the screen. Now there is a stand underneath, and at the moment we have the stand kind of set so that we can rest the device on top of the paper. We can also take the stand and just push it in, and then we can hold the device above the reading material instead of resting it on the stand. And if we do this, we can actually reduce the minimum magnification, so we could get down maybe to 3 times or something like that, because if we hold the device further away, then the magnification will effectively be less. And so that is one way that we can get less magnification. But when we fold out the stand and rest it on top of the paper, then the minimum magnification with the stand engaged is 5 times, as I said before. Now finally, the stand does have another position where we would push it in but not all the way, and then we can rest it on the paper, and it actually puts the screen up at a high angle. And the reason that we would want to do this is because it allows us to write underneath the machine. And so we can get our pen or pencil or whatever it is underneath. There's plenty of room because we have it tilted up on the stand, so there's plenty of room to get our pen or pencil underneath. And then we can look at the screen and go ahead and write underneath there. I'll go ahead and write my name. And there we go. So in terms of handheld devices for writing, it's actually really good. Now we're only going to write small amounts of text, and so it could be signing a check, it could be filling out a check, it could be signing anything really. It would be perfect. Writing an address on an envelope you might be able to do. So smaller writing tasks like that, it works very, very well for, and it does make it pretty flexible in terms of what you can do with it. You can do some reading and you can do some writing. Now you're probably not going to read a book with it, but small amounts of reading, price labels, restaurant menus and things like that, I would say it's going to do the job quite nicely. So this has been Luke here at Vision Forward, looking at the Smartlux Digital from Eschenbach. It's an older device now, but I think it does a pretty good job. It has been quite popular. Some of the things that are good about it, the ability to write underneath it is very nice. The large, easy to understand tactile controls are also very nice. And the build quality is good, as Eschenbach things usually are. Some of the downsides, the magnification range isn't as good as you would get on some newer models, and it doesn't tilt toward you, so it's a bit harder on the neck because you have to get right over the top of it to see the screen. So those are some of the downsides to it. But overall, I think it could be a really good companion for reading and writing, especially if you need higher magnifications. It makes more sense. So if you have any questions about this or any other assistive technologies, then of course you can get in touch with us at Vision Forward. You could call 414-615-0103. You could visit us online, vision-forward.org, and you could email us infocus@vision-forward.org. Please do make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps our channel out. We release new videos every Friday, so if you want to keep up to date with those, then definitely subscribe to the channel. And with that being said, we will see you in the next video.